malungil total morar beklaad kada lutan mertial presidential press conference gider el al nungedel urior ma ura bodomo la bodong tira Chaplain Brock to offer us our opening prayer before we start the press conference. Morning, Chaplain.
Good morning. I was reading in the Psalms this morning, and in Psalm 33, verse 12, it says, "And joyful is the nation whose God is the Lord." And I was thinking to myself, in all of my travels throughout life, Palau has the strongest Christian presence of any country that I've ever visited. And today my prayer is going to be very simple. It's that the president and his cabinet would maintain these strong values, and I'm going to pray for wisdom as well.
Yes.
Let us pray. Father, it is really good to be with the president and his team today. God, we thank you for a new day of life, and I thank you for the privilege of being on Palau for these last several months. God, thank you for the values and the love for you that is firmly rooted in this country. I pray, Father, that you would lead, guide the president and his team as they make hard decisions. Give them wisdom. We're so honored to be your children now. May we reflect you in our actions. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh, thank you, Chaplain Brock, for being with us this morning and also Monday morning. And, I had just gotten off the plane Monday morning, and we had worship devotional here that morning, and we scheduled a trip to Palau and, of course, Angkor yesterday. And I have to be thankful for the great weather that we had to be able to accomplish both, because when I was in Japan, I was texted and they said, Nemo advises that maybe weather won't be so good. But we have to be thankful that the rain came and calmed the seas. And God is always in control. So thank you. Thank you for being this. Malungil tuta ko trule bodosusra ibdul maraklay marbugul belaw ilung ebi raklay marmasil belaw. President Senate Locons Paules, Marugul Senators, Speaker Anastasio, Marugul Delegates, Chief Justice Ngiray Galaw, Marugul Justices, Governors, Lators, Marbek, other Belaw, El Ngara Blur Ngayan, El Mora Hocharigi, Mangara Kira Blur Belaw, El Alsils. Malungil total, Egor media, El Tira Obanget, Miss Raklay, Mr. Soleil, Mr. Nir Udal Sang. Say corrected. Say what to give them tongue twister. It's good to have you back, Olgari. So, adding Artia for the summer and then going back, but it's always good to see you. Kita ngartial to our guest together to tell them of course our ministers, mga Minister Udoy, Minister Jenkins, Minister Matur, Minister Obiang, Minister Victor. Di direkal ngartial labungeda direkal Mr. Egeda, Director Tax. Ngari gelo kapto announcement direkal mo meg, direkal labungeda Glenda ngirme direkal na announcement direkal WIA. So of course, Chief of Staff, Director, Chief Rayut, Miss Palau. Welcome. Kotrule, digwais was gida, of course, I'm not blush about 10 numerical week, Gambes. Sing Palm Summit, the Lomgela Blura Shaval, Mayatele, the meter Prime Minister in a bilateral meeting. Igelo kora amles el announce Prime Minister Lomgeda, of course, sir commitment til was Minatoba Sea Bridge construction, Momul, the regal sel umsub el mora abes fishing port, el mora natpa, ma the regal sel so that tourism and la modadora Japan Airlines, ma next year tiral mutul Momul igel direct flights era Shabal Merablur Belo. charter flights, hopefully, say March of 2025. Of course, es el Gumral was in close to tell purpose regal meeting al mutem lisi egal del willer ablura shabala mugela egal blura Pacific di tara lo se del of course meter tira adra sasakawa ma present rachaiga diri reaffirm egal commitment traba blura ashabal mera blur bela kidam de la se tara amla top dra news kidam de se up namo high income again sel high income to se kida de algedam lang angeso di blura shabala basically a commitment tira se egal ongoing projects ma egal mol rule and sel togo bet sel del wile kida ma blura shabal egem mol ndegal stop mo kida am de se ngari amina tobasi ngari sel fishing port southern din diri ngana project المو ملين تاجل أمارس البايب actually replace again البايب على سل أوريول تدريج كلورال ما موديبوس تريغنا project أو تاجلو نيتو غوري ما يجي ongoing projects راجع and we want to hopefully they will come to fruition soon. Actually survey Aranma is ongoing right now. So dirigal sira damre sel meeting amla tele del momitra Mr. Onishi ga kira blura Hiroshima مقدم appointing mo honorary consular gider sel blura Hiroshima. The most important thing ga CEO chairman or sel Peace Winds. Peace Winds are only provider sel el dial el mera blur belau el mera el loldinger promoter tor NCD help our smer mo ani sel dilil ngartel el le operate قدم لهم تجنين واساس الديال we could do better نقرب بقى منوسل السيجا يمر ديال لا سيل ارتقر 56 الباسنجرز المي وايو الباسنجرز تيان راول كلود تتلا سيل مقتقر جدا واسا بولس المي تيان مو سبال سيرفيس ريال بلورا سونسورول ما حطوا بي on a regular basis من ديال توب del مول لغرول dirigal sen mortagar passengers el moregal belu magargo tianga ya gure ngaringi marogoy tiangamle training vessel et za Peace Winds melang ngara adaidra gara Chuneshira ta Hiroshima Chunesia Kambara le close shipping line and provide a service in Merbela rangaramo tiramla con el repairing get it ready and then it hopefully will be in Palau to celebrate October 1st. We don't know yet. That depends on the weather. Albonia typhoon and took amo misa weather, but that's what our goal is. Dirigal agula isa selo sa kada mla mrula igal state visit sergid. Namura ka ablur beral rogui di madela kalday kung hatobera kapsingay ramutro albira kalulaw. ملغوق ما نيسار أغسطس 12 and 13 ماشي مال دي مرينا سولار بكل أدر بيلاو قام بس سيرهي مرة أوريوري سلام لوري غورد لملو 2 days تيال state visit لما لو بتوقع questioner تيل ملغابرا روغول ministry ما روغول أريل تيل government ما تيامله almost 8 hours of meetings دي جدري قملارا of course جدري قملارا بلورا بليليو ما ngayaw may sel di kuna sula adre bela algirela ayel betogolungil el question mangarro el mauldaso le tiaqabelmente rigid rogo man cloud to trela bodo dange game kada continue el improve service rigid sela gotel namo famous toga seguid el adragabelmente yed el musub el mo tiene la ministro bien be nice look nice so kada mol may yed el state visit mal مرينا سولار أدرى بلول ميمت أو غير بس كده تعلم كده أوكس ما ضاي أيل كده أتمغى المرول الال درستيق مرال فرايدر متوتاو يقدموا أتندر ISA سيغرا بلورا جامايكا ISA مدونيا سيسل International Seabed Mining Authority Seabed Mining Authority, I say. Seabed Authority. That's why it's ISA. Okay. se ngani sel annual meeting tire of course sel ngaram drir el altama sel luldasura nauru la se bodong isra bertakla se long isingir bertakla adakal bertakla al sera blo nauru ngartial se dombo asing the bell blue other rogir international waters ding wal to wal lila application tire ngul wal claim ngi emergo emo ngi se seguir bertakla kada mol mo ook as a head of state mol top der sel walul de swedro se mo bom tribal gargik malu terbangi moratorium hata moratorium torbelo doni tra moratorium wa terbangi selomis e bol nuilom subro era bomoruri seguida se adoni trileng kida tial daba di de better rogui ma alongis reselbita en áreas el tomalir tial da brido speri mai kida me se gal tuna ngartiar mort tiar rogil de bed galed el gid osper rogui gada gadonito se salmongil subi mer besat bestrira a timer scientist el malmongil el subi tial pertak el bolonese ngara possible el talmalel ngara igel akhlungiolel ndi alsum anitial amuise let's make sure ndigal tamalisel already klabogol edal lugel aqnare gidel gida ama angarira ablura del altan last yamal beto supplemental budget adul dersin mora olvira glula ma gumra lo se takandak ta hearing ende sindisel malmle klol ultuteler gadmle submit sel supplemental budget mlanigel mle 2 million mle the request el mora budget hospital el mostria higher adam mosil improve the service magada mal de unitra olvira glula mal bolwesa ige sea mal priority al sel budget خصوصا ganigel bebiram gigrel sed el mutel smisi di Maria Maria Black graduate nurse and also other higher teams so other opener cell transition facility the year require hiring under a budget process if you don't have a budget for the salary and they'll say they'll hire and we know say maybe they won't use up all the whole budget this year and they ngirel ngal sel a budget so modoni tertirm al sevila el mrea del put maklim o kused الهاير تري المال دوس بيرتيل هذا لو هيلب هوسبيتال ما بابليك هيلث دي هذه الهوسبيتال تري تورا بابليك هيلث دري غل نوم ستيام نوم رغل ويجي ملاريسل ملا انسيدنت المكوسرا بلو الادم والدي بلو ستوب يسل تورا كراود سترايك CrowdStrike, interestingly, in cybersecurity company. Ikita ko rati ang cybersecurity at takarigid. Mura interestingly, diri ako bodo spera CrowdStrike. El protector gid tinabay timle tiri ngari failure mo. But sel blabado dole ase tor IT mral namugid el investor ade and we have to understand the technology, use it, but we understand the risk. And do everything that we can to protect ourselves. Sel adriel go in line with the conference al silsel maral marisel esports trial ngalgam super IT technology this is a field that's growing and continues to expand and we need knowledge and skilled people so they encourage our to get into the IT field. So Maria sel Palau's first ever e-gaming competition tiang anira sel westera Lebu Street all time. Tia one day conference so Minister Udi will share a little bit more about it. Of course el Almel Friday plugong yaos en kadamam roses el first refund el 15 to 30,000. Gotulurior and trigger retirees. And then soon after that, then child subsidy. Sige da dauriol gida. Kadamal di mring asulira adrablura kaloreng artir dirigal kudelo se sel blool kloa araw rengal girela improvement tra tax code rigid di man le moktra improvement tra tax code rigid a target rin baralong seura other belau sel ngia rangle la tanong and I think this just goes to show us we continue to revise, improve, and move forward. That's the ultimate goal. And thankfully we have the revenue to support it. SS ma pension. We still need reforms in those areas too. Luckily this year we have 3 million and 1.8 million to give them. Collections are strong, but it's our taxes that help ensure that these programs continue. Kada mereka sudah ada blura understanding tidak sedangara agar state visit leng of course include topic a tax reform andi kada mereka saya ultimate goal ono serar adrablu alwa say baik mo te alan master our Adam will give us some updates. So maybe we'll start with you, Minister of Finance. And give it to Elway.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. President, my fellow ministers and directors and chiefs here. Morning to the press. It's been a while since I've seen you. You're always welcome to come and we can have more in-depth discussions. Some of the topics that the public has been very interested in are handled by our ministry. We are working very hard to move forward, progress our country. Let's go forward. Let's not go backwards. And a lot of this will involve the youth. A lot of this will involve technology with which the youth are more familiar with. So we want to bring them on board and have them start contributing as early as possible. So if you recall, last year we held the first FinTech forum under our ministry talking about the digital residency program, the Palau stablecoin, and other initiatives. This year we will also discuss cyber attacks, cybersecurity, and some of the other initiatives that we're working on, including the retail savings bond, which will be launched in October as a demonstration with the help of the Japanese who have already approved the project. This will be very technology related. You'll be able to go on your phone, use your wallet, and invest in the Palau retail savings bond. Of course, raising money through tax reform, through retail savings bond is all about funding development for the country, funding housing, funding business development. A lot of that money is intended to go to our National Development Bank, which is the primary financier of these types of activities, promoting our economic development. So the esports event starts today. It looks like it's going to be very well attended. Next year, we hope to expand this to have regional competition where we bring in friends from Taiwan, Japan, the Philippines, even Guam, and have them compete against our team. So we're looking forward to expanding this going forward. Again, it's another opportunity to identify talent and recruit, help develop that talent to support government services such as cybersecurity, fintech initiatives such as the digital residency program. We're heading towards 30,000 digital residents. The program has been very successful. And of course, the cybersecurity operation will take a lot of very talented people. When it comes to cybersecurity, we work very closely with the region and our international partners. And we need a lot more people on our side to do those interactions. So if you have a chance, esports tournament is open to the public. It's at West Plaza, Lebu Street. And tomorrow and half of Friday, the FinTech Forum will start and conclude. So if you have a chance and you're interested in these topics, feel free to join us, and you can ask questions about what we're doing. And some of the people there will be subject matter experts, and they can also answer some of your other questions on a broader range of topics, such as cryptocurrency, where the market's going now, why isn't Bitcoin making money for Combes? So, I mean, we can talk about things like that, and it's meant to be very informal and informative. So I encourage you to go. So, Mr. President, I just wanted to share that about what we're doing in the FinTech Forum. I can transfer the mic to Director Elway, who will talk more about what we're doing in the Bureau of Revenue and Taxation and some work with the National Treasury.
Nungituta presidente ma reklade mal nungituta meradra media ma reklade belol si loreng sertiang soal di akmal di ospirtial ti alle waisegal oram maklo bulgul announcement regal mal metra club se presidente oram la au mulwa se Friday ngaring isel disbursement trigel regal refunder trigel le earn wages trigel lurio re agarang ngiram le ngaradron le atrum emil tela el morgel tela 15 to 30,000 so ilal mil Friday ra ngar amayong cultural center di lungi le dik trigel wadi express a support ra bilung ma adra house di ngal no silong suide secure ma adro birak lulaw senate ma house let's be long suide secure basyon mo sa edel ngil basule kada dispersa so Friday ra 9 o'clock almo 7 o'clock ra club say trigger rogul eligible ra segid salary tax refund trigger silgura 15,000 almo 30,000 ngardem kat klawase al turere me godak tagay rogul salary kayo mesal wasing eligible so the blolum klat kar adal wase sel endrair employer abl almost kada W2 mo ba seguid el verify sal aranglela salary kara 2023 el mesal wase grep tra 15 to dori وضغرام لا مستري ترجع جد البيس رأي غورد مترجم لي فايل W2 يملا already قد pre-screen كنت مقلا this person تشغر 1,800 tool off تينا total غامبسا مونغرا 845,000 a first round of payments يجي دا مدنجل واسي غارنيا تقليرا بيبيرا أذن ميغان forward غدا clear recorder تير غارنيا غورا discrepancy دا files وسيسيلتا من دريغ غارنيا تريغل البيبي كده اللي قلبي الأول تأثير سنسيبر تيرا ريغوردو البيبي تايمين اس اس اول غارنيا عمود البريفكس را اس اس تيل دي غاتشيرو 6 اورين امبلوير املا ريبورتر تيل دي غاتشيري سن قدو مرال واسيل سوب تريجي كده الأذى دو لينتر تيل واسيل سوم غمدنجل واسيل غارا ريبتر تيجي كده سالاري رينج وطنغال مير اوبيسرا بي ار تي اوبيسرا كده را تاكس الو بيميرا فرايداي را مايون قدو بيري فراسيري سنسيبر غاوي دور أذيذ البروسيس al sum eligible تريغ سواء الديو قراس مودي سيل غانيا تلقي بالغرا التبديل واسي غانيا تريغ ل claim او tuition payments مع non profit organization contributions تنجيلو سيل refund of up to 10% يا مغتيغت غانيا tax refund تريغ غانيا تريغ الطابل واسي تنجيلو سير او إيرا التوبة تيان مغدا غرام لا تبدير announcement الواسين مرني adjustment البيس رجعيد payment and the global غلا بضو دنجل الواسين دي غبض دي دكتور سيل refund تيال refund in ضروري أبى remove sell 480 را taxes paid recalculate را 10% يقول base ترسيجي ده كمان بيجا adjustment من هذا سبيل من maximize را أتقل refund ما دي باي شغل أي سلواسي ako tuklol adjustment lodrelil based ra recorda the melup tra 48 tala which is in 10% tra 480 so lakal with india ka chegal below ra 432 seguida global goal and the omsindra ada eligible nga 480 larong seguida gora information er sedo tangal kay kesewe nganya hagere kada umgadol mir obis magda enser and then sel monday July 29 sel el Friday ma بس ال 15 دوري جروب ل 15,000 to 30,000 يا ماندي تريجل original 15 دوري تريجل retired citizens قد تريجل المرنا سولي لا social أو visa social security بلا تغير يسوي to provide a list مقدر تريجل not prescreener about الرول تلا الأرض السبب إذا pay out ترتير ماندي تريجا tirigel so maka active retire so maka malmal malmala benefit ra social security al chils ya rangi ma 60 or over edim la kamudra 2023 ngada base ra 2023 chira employment eligible tro kon la blada relia pre-filled application e maklatcher obera monday ngadi mail sign e ngachir kada diri kalom tavel mo tira gidel mal tira mo del 15 doria tortira amo tar basura amira amayong kada mal diri kal dio ay silwasing di makatmok la authorization ngaringi trigel already to lava power of attorney no amna forward no dingil basul dingil authorized person al me loba ay diringil direct e sign ra babir declaration e nga chikan gagidel la eligible al af di adi say gidyo ya lungan ya question akmal please ask him so answer so lang
Oh, hello. On so we look at a question or other.
Clarification.
Okay, bon.
The
Question or other next.
okay
coming director the equal clarification tirigel question la mer before dirga kora pending I know tirigel natal gugera minister udu di luta clarify tirigel go follow say del 15 to 30 e file e pay salary tirele ora tax maria w2 but at the same time it to business tirget eligible ya tirgal kukti follow up per se tirgel retirees el low show by yeah
so la agere so hotel question the mal dio mesra salary makaduk ti se mal se la milgat mo kung sa salary mal dio mesra salary mal so maka mitsura salary raptor sel 15 to 30,000 ng armari kung nga refund ko because sa silver sale salary and then sil wuk tora retired sil lang la amal di wasi hindi ka employment earnings البلغولا واسي قد دريق المطابل واسي دريق make sure هذا دريق ngal to refund لأن لسبب أمشي لورا $15 لاستيرم ريتارد لم لقسل نعويت سين سأمل مالتو ما make sure عنه سوا مراتال هذا دريق عن ما بتقول عنه سوا ترى so كمال سولار I hope I'm clear Hindi sel ligira tayo sa dia no employment earnings. Mga base wasim lang niya wages reported, balong wages file dia cuma dia kan eligible.
Yeah. So last.
Coming actiri kal no smodi sel retired. Kartiri kal sel language adiri kal le include trigel the medical retired. Trigel bibirti adami 60 dito insure the under set program medically retired under SS. Trigel tadiri kal eligible kumla ulsis bertira al sel payout. Sulang.
قدام لا invite را مس كلندا يرميلي ميرا توتاو سودا لوك بول ابديت تريدرا سيت بروجرام را WIOA كده مدين لو سيرا 2020 امناني تريل بتوغل سيرا بلا WIA تم ريجكت ترتير منو دغال سي المانيسو of course our history of WIA of course we had to revamp the board make some changes Mral soal di mutel te ale mal meringa sulla klenda ma timringi ramringi lurio this what she's going to announce will not be possible without their efforts mang dirigal di kudokialo sa dirigal mal meringa sulla la blura saibal I just learned that was a program am namo merek mang namo wal bla bla kaudo dan mede تريام لو تشيغا يلبلو لو سيغاري على left over funding الدريغا مدال يمنهم تيغلو سايبا لغاني funding الدريغا مدال جيري لايكا جيدا تيغيد البروغرام دي منا غلوسبي ما يجل لدودر سايبا لابلت ترانسفير مريبلا الميموسو جيدا البي اوت تيجل ملاجيري البي اوت 2020 so كلان مغابا مو ايسر تيل ويل ايس سولا
As you know, Palau WIOA retroactively paid 688 people for the year 2021. And of those 688, 516 are eligible for the year 2020 because they applied in the year 2020. So the remaining 172 would not be eligible because they applied in 2021. And the total amount needed to pay the 516 is $11,742,965. And in December, we only had 2.4 million, and we needed an additional 9.3 million. And because CARES Act closed in September 2021, a supplemental could not be requested. So the United States Department of Labor had to search the 50 states and all their territories to see which of them could give us the remaining CARES Act funds. In March, they found that CNMI had remaining CARES Act funds, and they asked CNMI if they could give us 9.3 million. In June 2024, CNMI officially signed and deobligated $9,311,225.76 to Palau in order for WIOA to pay off the 516 claimants. And I was in Hawaii for a conference in June, and I was able to thank the Secretary of Labor for CNMI, Leila Staffler, and the WIOA Director, Francis Torres. It was an emotional moment for me because I've been waiting for this.
سمع كل طور بلا ولا أكتر هالبقطة.
Yeah. Kabaliw.
Okay. Diyan close to trail Aisa lo Aisa niya miskin Merila qotlu le qadamral si qadamral ngasula Dios. Le kida amrani tiala simra wal mil simra. Mlemring na oro lo mo goringi ediri gamlo de gawdo. Ding dangal tangatring amlo tibun lo amatere gelo do mabla saibal mlemde el ngarse mu kitial lo sabe del apro email dart ma trui matelon malaf ma malarti alngeso total amount ranges wa 11 million sel kun la do drien motto seguida el 11 million sel obisir gidre bela dimlaq sel udo del kaberse lemna modigaleng ma abnete medal mala mil esimre emna modiga udo mong ta blue rambrigel am le con la se gado la son me se garo state ma territory em nom tiglo asa blue ra sai balangani audo doni sera junior el arrak ya sai balam lo con el transfer gida dim erul million matte do basically 2.5 million adoban mo transfer additional 9.3 million el merbelao mo se den maker tel payout.
Yes.
Mase el sum qadam sadra 500 tala 11 million etengara lu tela la imola.
You're looking at $25,683 at the most.
Oh.
25,683.
It depends on the file or ingarang tela days.
Yeah. It just depends. If you filed earlier, let's say February 2, 2020, you would most likely receive the whole amount. Anytime after February 2, then it decreases, depending on the weeks. So Monday and Tuesday, we started calling the first group for orientation. For the orientation, we have to teach them how to fill out the forms and give them a 10 business day deadline to submit the forms and additional documents.
Sa Monday Tuesday all week.
Yeah, we started calling the first.
Legal training. Iling aling close to territory yiri mem tafil legal form mumdol. Edi true club say. Albas drill complete. Look legal mudagal eligible. Why say? Yeah, help brother na say.
You have 10 business days, and if you don't make the 10 business days, you are considered ineligible. So the first orientation started today for that first group. After we're done with them, we call the second group for their orientation and their 10-day, give them their 10 business day deadline. So this first group, they have 10 days from now, which is August 6. Those that are having their orientation today, August 6 is their 10 business day deadline. This first group is 63 people. We're trying not to exceed that amount because we want to give them as much attention as we can so they can do the paperwork properly.
Okay.
Yes.
ask a quick follow-up lang. Tirigel 516 adang ngaring iti ang bato of the Palau, and if so, yung makaraom reach it, or can you reach them?
Unfortunately, the United States Department of Labor mandates that you have to be here in Palau. So, if we do call and find that you are outside of Palau, I guess this is a reason for you to
come
come
home.
visit us for a few days. We're calling people alphabetically, so of course we start with A, go to Z. So this first group is A and B. First names start with A and letter B. Next group will be C, D, E. But after today's orientation, we're basically looking at and seeing if we have to make any improvements for the orientation, and then we'll call the next group after that. So it's really going to be one orientation per week. So you're looking at 8 to 9 weeks of orientations. Yeah. So if we called people Monday and Tuesday and we couldn't find them, we might have to schedule them for the next orientation. And it'll be that way for the rest. Well, so for this group, for example, they have until August 6th, and it takes about 4 weeks for us to process. And that's only because the United States Department of Labor wants us to do it right. They don't want us to rush. They don't want us to underpay or overpay. So we have to take our time. So it'll take 4 weeks for us to process, and then an additional week for MOF to process the checks. So total of, or about 5 weeks from August 6th for this group.
So, kudum sadara midra September sel first group satal mala achegarti. Dogoradi sin close to trail helper other mo understand the process. Hindi maral so make sure sende ka other mo oit. I think maral mga sulela aglanda mati meril tiale meril order. Di sige de la umralo sa amle mokte kasi hindi ka other mo oit.
Yes.
Sikro la set trigger rogul set ngo sutrir. Daga sutrir. Isamle direction other amrigel through that process. Musel sel sum total udo do blal nga swida blur amrigel through that program tiam la mga 60 million.
61 million. About.
61 million la blal beskid.
Yeah. That includes the 18 million we received October 2021.
Yeah.
And now this amount, this 9 million.
Yeah. So igel additional 30 million igel we could have lost them, but because of Glendama, new board and everything, we were able to get so.
And thanks to CNMI.
Mereka sudah siya naman dim nakalokim dahil galudo mga no special.
That concludes my announcement for WIOA. The media is very welcome to come visit me at the office. For the rest of the public, we ask that you don't call the office and ask if you're on the list because our phone lines are constantly busy. We're calling people to come attend these orientations. We already know who's on the list, so we ask that you wait for us to call you rather than you call us. A letter K.
Yeah, siya klo tutulele Mr. Gasoli. Gotrule tial lister tigal email dart ma tar maklol alo bang WIA tiadul bal claim al malar tialu do ma tabadangal trir triala matamam godong or kami oy mang lakam gol lo sak eligible andi kaleng tiam le base trigal mla eligible yang realist matamam godong or kami lo sigar kami lo asemi mang selbol table aler ke tom godong oy an sulang rawil yan Nakadol mo, tam na next semester.
So, Minister,
Minister Maturo.
Sula Presidente mo total maramidia. So kalma nitra Chief Alonso mo kora report sa trip ngima Miss Palau nora UN. Nom tergi del mora UN.
Sulang ya minister. Sulang man ngit tutaw president marula da cabinet ma da media. To bet sungit tutaw mar rogula da bela tamro rex o mes togunia ngas karmige kar lado long mo kung tel obis kwase taman togobet so more our youth more young at heart mer ulada welcome mga ay gidon gas mo welcome mo sa that there yar mat that trip ak swal wise report mer ulada kwase nga ma chairperson national youth of the bel I'm not part of the delegation of Palau with me heading at the Tangaklan Minister held ka for where Palau المرة نيويورك المرة ميشن يدا UN ما كنت تتكلم المرة سول ambassador يدا المرة United Nations Her Excellency Ilana Sid سيجي ده قمنا مسافر تواسن تاعنا تبى يجيبلوني أقبل يقولون جت نعولا نقول مسا chairwoman الغني يوم كلات كما قرر تريجي بنقول للميق واس قال مجاعد نقول ذي لا أوي وبعد تيجي الدرو لا المسبة لا عندي سيجي من بعد تريجي مرة UN تواسن كم سترس تواسن السلبلان مسبلان دينك سلبور تابلو لا روجير كا chairwoman our National Youth and Elderberry Council and what to call NGO or amiga another blue below at partner youth division makngaula lungun Miss Tirai Antonia Mongkura salita igid number 11.
Sulang chipe di sa kalawang ito tara kami roy nga ka di sa kalmuto lang clerk nga ka Tira Antonio nga ka current chair National Youth and Elderberry Council o yak tira kal Miss Palau dira kal mlongan nga taela kalam ta civil society tagi del high level political forum ra UN mlo sa kal nga taela kal report ra VNR tel voluntary national review lawang kala minister Palau tamal mlong itaal mga maktim nga sulum nga taela kal mo ngirang ko kung lang yun taela kal mo al other Palau mlo sa kal mo nga mga salts ramatira other UN roy tuk na mga klavelar gate. Nung ilang ko koloreng sa progress report tigil SDG gate, legal sustainable development goals sa ligira UN. Yung ilang ko kalam ter other belaw, other belaw. Yung global ko lato all takli si elaw the swir matiging nga ngayas for belaw. Aknar sa lareng sa aldodo. Masu balgo kira latlet tele dalang arse, ang tanga teling tigal other UN am narse o sis aknangak. Yung daswa kalwasay kay kita malungil training, ma-experience sa youth belan mo, titiray kita kluko workit. Aknar sel dire kalareng sem no matingil mong bato ka malisi although browdas will lodsis prayer of the swir matigingir ang ayas ka. Ray kay kita ala olvil, lataw maral mo nga sa amaluli. Aktira kalodop or say kita ludas, hindi so kalmer nga nasa kaula. Lenga kalmer sa kitil forum mawala hotel aklamar other bella or gira lang ayas for it makluor other bella ling kama mamamre that our club say dim na sa kay kita may solve mo akmal mer nga suli yung artang nangayat ala mo tutorial al press conference sulang
Aning Chairman Antonio, Chairman of Youth Council.
Chairman of Youth Council I say sulang chairwoman kilit report tro akmali imlisi ay galo ko milkoy mugtel do ala ay gado kwas ma mukta gi mong local level wasingar umagi mlong was gi all to kwasa ngas ka giren ngar ay gal madala gal regard gala SDG the more development in gala la ngal gad ma klugo gad ni may mal akti mugtel share sa comment muk na former ambassador abluda Maldives mar UN ko ang masa delegation ba ko sa ko delegation ko tumto kami kagala ni tiga di kagala ng regal obis ma parte delegation ng dal staff ma dal support el kagala the chairwoman ma kagala the minister ma kagala the ambassador everybody so the more national level ko sa nga mo gimlong actively see tel ko na tiyamal the swell ko sa كذا جينا لوبات تيجي اللاس وسيصدر مسار يو ذا دغدو مسار يو ذا الجروب سيجي ذا age 13 ما 24 أقوم راك وسيرو هذا نقول سلتل روم نقرب قلت تبلا تركب سمنا يو ذا ما كذا ذي ما كذا يو ذا لان يقول مال مو firstly last month أنا مو يون ذا نمو ذاك يو ذا ما في makwase malungel nga niya chairwoman ngara ngal wasin ka either at that time and now start to das rigira la either man may so must be the future president ma minister swal otita ida kwase war maqal tuk la delegation belaw It's the only delegation of Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, Chair. The imo delegation of Murabi and Arni and Manya Youth Repping. Rest of the delegation of the ministers or head of state. President Economic and Social Council Amnan McMahon announced a was I welcome my minister Palau. Mo one youth. Was that was the only delegation of Manya Repertira youth. So we meant what we said was second involved youth. Was going youth loud. And then last up was Teklo Chasing or Marabula, the review was either Bella Cook either voluntarily report the status to give them. The number 2024, may you miss again around mid 6 years of was realistically, Mama Obama, the loud your mom, rather, was a couple of years like SDGs. But you get the report that they get hold ourselves accountable, was as soon as miss a future by startup present the brand more. Agora last the lawyer will also quasi more follow up again at the 2-year project. It was a division of youth and start out year. Get a national youth repository. The database 2-year project down a division and partnership of Tira Mackerel. That's funded by OIA, Office of Insular Affairs, Department of Interior. Agi mga suler material consultant ko ma director director na ba human resource ma minister. Ekwas agi na mula rior. Last month ko namnitorum there are 14 agencies ma NGOs ma mamuta state governments. I will introduce that project of more to was mokta that project ilal June and mo ilal 2024 mo 2026 mo orior miguel agel role agencies sa government ng nga they tira youth. Mula repository, user-friendly repository ng mga data sets are used sa the review. And masa kwasa mga census data are used el 14 and 35 kwasa this year mga status tier ma agel rogulo spell wa education level ma roguy. Mga te alang nga rule bela nga seguido kurador ng kwasang dibus. Access I gave the program so it's a 2-year project. It's going to be a long journey. Makmutul mga lang. Tirigan ministers som na meet nga matim nga mga kwase elalo mulit 2 years to the omasamda ko. Kadang warang ako ma-email nga ako magigas West Rabalu kwase kuman masaul el dolmol maria regular youth repository. And hopefully in 2 years' time, we'll say the repository clock la youth division. Ramran met them across Kutukla Basho and more our role agencies, my policy makers, are there at youth. Kutukla Maraboy across the Morgare, Malagal, back when the Yangas, so Mate Alligator youth. So move to the other questions when you're or either get a tell. Delegation, matel go follow up by unit temel project the youth repository gimal open ungyari gigil ya kumera survey ko la tang mamsalo.
Man mga sulala Chief Alonso. Luderel girala ayar youth gidem. Minister ng asong question.
Saudi. Ali?
Chief Alonso, Machera at the very new So, siya ako present sa PNR. Very briefly, yung chat sa siya nga access sa PNR.
Maturity sa PNR, blood presenter niya, Honorable Minister Uar Palau. Focus rin niya, lehed, since say na ministry niya. Ay garo plekta sa statement ra youth. Message nga kan mara youth, masada youth empowerment, maatkul kasi. Ay gel message nga kal kilala mental health, lagi kita wal malpulol ko sa dal kilala sa lupa. Title lang nga katyang makparang at albuluay kita pulol ko sa.
Presidente Dick Pungalas, the announce President of Mu Matya Director Raymond August, ngi ongara arsel guk togora eco-friendly bus. Mal so dal announce mo next week lo mo ra ko tulurior. Sell service sa vehicle sales. Monday through Friday. Sa dang rab lilo ko damle announce ni so dal low ice was mosto para fisheries la presidente dinum girel mo niya te lirar adal ngara ngayon mo bilon May. Mas rabas mo shopping. El mutel mas rabas mo ra fisheries mas ni maran mo ra ablurir.
Diri lo ta magiting.
Sige damle tara ka rab lilo mo ay kalma katang mo makaram. Itekim sulubira siya le presidente mbes el service loru na igel basra Tokyo. Lang atam na matini ponier bakers ang rab lili rebeiga. Matanar mula ko tanar al selabas. Mansemel beiga ablawang ngarang kler ablim. Morabas lotur al sela designated tanar kau. Esel bora next step ang adal mobile mo lo all traw. Masih kita orang konsep tu dolas merungi rab liliot. Masel tergeme bil singir sel ongedem ongewalurior. Misal payday el ngania gidale magitra erung park en si ilma makatingil mas arabas el mer erung park mtotraw ego mas arabas el momray tarati al murtrigel small and medium businesses ma rumagit el bornya geren sa dalomer sulang.
Me ang sales mal clear information que la pas me mention na presento se ngari aldo do de la flight and direct flight siya balance miskita a little bit more on that.
Sel lorwania presidenta amle el do lo pengela prime minister Shabal Kishida ne announce el wasyo mu ra next year March yung morngia charter flights by JAL. Alak explain why ang amo mo dar ada ko red mundak sel dimred. Ashabal ablo all takes 8 months to a year el prepare agel packages and bolol traw. Mandak sel dim ki indak war bekal travelers el dim ki sa klu el oral. Mang 6 months el prepare ko 6 months el market em ustat tegegit el flights. Endi atarong il isel sa kalo isel niya pungania al du. Dak sa kaman mo kumakay. Hindi nga niya possible earlier charter flight. Lengar niya consortium ra hotels. Tukuni gel besel mo udor. Lobang gela airline. El malasam el marura earlier charter flight. Timor segi de OIT lang. Hindi rin kalsal malmomar. Kalsal overpromise ya kambes.
Jumda, we'll give an opportunity to Minister Jenkins to say a few words about education. Nasata school.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. If we, I have to backtrack. I can't give you money or anything like that, but I do have some really good news concerning the children who are in school, and it has to do with their learning. And what we have been doing for the past few years has been introducing new initiatives as part of our curriculum, as part of our calendar, as part of our grading. And we are now starting to see results of all those initiatives that have been implemented at the school level by the teachers and the principals. So I want to, first of all, thank them for getting those implemented into the classrooms so the students can use them to develop their learning. As just a real quick idea, what we would like to do is we track the learning of students as they go through the different grades and as a cohort. So the students who, let's see, who were in grade 11 last year, in the last 4 years, they made an improvement of the, and this is in their Iowa test scores, which is their nationally recognized normative test. They would improve their average scores a total of 10 percentile points, which is a huge jump over there. That's going from low to almost into the average level. So it's a big start for them, and we're really, really pleased to see that. The 10th grade, again, very consistently, they had a change from the year 2021 to this year of that'd be a 7 percentile points. So they have one more year and they take the test. They have taken until the 11th grade. And finally, with our 9th grade students who put everybody to shame, and they made an impressive change of 12 percentile points up to 37 percentile. All of those are the result of gaining additional learning by teachers implementing new programs and using technology to assist students to be able to individualize improvements in their reading. Also, one thing which is not going to show up for a few years is our kindergarten program. We've now just completed our second year, and they, when they entered the first grade, they have absolutely wiped all the records off the book, and their average score there is at the 33rd percentile. Now, what this means is that in the past, our children, when they entered first grade, they entered with no school. They entered as 6-year-olds without having attended a kindergarten program. And as a result, they were in a hole. They had to dig their way out. From now on, they won't have to do that. Instead, they're starting with a nice cushion of they've already understood good basic reading and math and mathematics and reading. So they have a good basis on which we hope to see their continual learning continue to improve until they will exceed national norms. That's our goal. Our goal is to make sure that our students work up to their capabilities and that we are able to assist them to do so. And so if anybody wants to go through all the numbers with me, I'd be happy to go through with the numbers with you in my office or something. Just give me a call. Okay, thank you.
Okay, they'll open out for questions.
Ako kari kay present ako ka kira la olbi la lakalbi ta Senate conduct oversight al kira la PPUC, especially sila IPP, and I'm not mistaken ngari ako bawal sa penal ko kari ministry kira la information. Direct kalimle mention rawan na press conference lo sa domestic to era solar energy makloa environmental impact kadira sa nga environmental impact ni particularly ikal kwa ikal klakadala low spe discarded nga environmental impact ni mak question na se one nga ra ko the sul nga ra ko ma the sul tel ongoing el oversight Senate ya ngero nga follow up se ngaral given ay kay del gora challenges el domestic ara to gora solare may gel ko gora blam or sige mangi ngaral renewable energy options sa domestic gora sab elabela almost is bringing mo meter cell cell ko cholera renewable energy labela ora 2035 I think.
2032.
2030. Oh.
Sel goram la. Well, sebla the Delhi ra gagi dele Oceans Conference was a commitment ida say 100% renewable by 2032. Kida am dayin was a President mo sam la commit for 40% by 2025. 45% by 2025. Maulaigal project ra solar ang that initiative. Will initiative tamle will uldaso ndim lakal mkit uldaso man gadam la history amle first le proposed al option NG. I don't know if you remember the history in the NG amlari assure kama angir mangara uldaswal lulum tokara NG, and there was a reason why gadulum tokara NG ndim laka RFP. There was no bidding process. There was nothing. So there then ADB helped develop the bidding process. And then there was an RFP that came out. NG bid again. Bise Solar Pacific. Say ako ramle process. Aga temela presenter mo sa umong. So there was a bidding process, and I think the important thing to note sell RFP ra NG maula kadam lo mo dal giral. Amle propose a rate of 20 cents. That's what they would charge per kilowatt. And then it would raise to 21 cents. over a 20-year period. When they did the RFP, what happened? Our rate drop more 14 cents. So it went from 20 to 40.
14.
Sorry, 14, dekal 40, 14, 3 So it dropped by more than 30%. That's why ang ginala nga RFP ang ilang help pergi de lo sigara. Now, the question was idea ang there's only so much energy that are absorbable through solar onto the system without having 100% batteries. Everybody that bid it on the same platform. There's a certain amount of batteries they provide, and they 100% del battery. Because 100% battery would just make it unaffordable. That's our reality. Batteries are still too expensive, so morulingal cost rangal energy man mo expensive makes it cost more than diesel. Why say kita at the end of the day, Adam bring it to understand and say, why should we pay more? They always want to pay less. Tial system el dingilo sera adangu already temle calculating as tomda so say demand energy bela amral moklo. Ile kada kadogramra 12 megawatts amral dura 15 megawatts. But in reality today average kita 10. Temla mangat. Daman lamang dul conserva dengi. Plus there's a lot of rooftop solar and other people feeding into the grid. So one of the challenges we have is we cannot consume all of the energy that's being produced. Saying, of course, impact it ends up being waste. So I said kadimle inherit I got omlaringi kadamim would implement kadaname sang. So one of the first meetings we had kadamle mitra radara Shaban maradara Taiwan maradara Australia. I only to say please stop any other new solar projects for now. If you add solar projects onto the grid now, they'll say they'll handling. Give us batteries because we need batteries. So Australia ultimately commitment they'll give us 5 million for batteries to absorb the extra energy that's on the grid. Other means now to get us to the next level, to get to 45% to 100%. Alagat subsidize agal battery se bodomar marule aral tel dengin momring aral. So ngira the lomes other options. One that of course we've been talking to Japan about is looking at hydrogen. Ngari also say taking solar, converting it to hydrogen as a storage alternative. Of course ngari also say about the deep sea mining ang mga tarala battery. We're saying that kind of goes against what we want to do. Kita hindi ka dorura imo ratukol mulmal imo. Bom deep sea mine by release a carbon will take the trial long water imo. These are things that we need to look at. So I think one of our things is believe sigida singida no mesra whole system. They can say the mesra bela lo se bela part to solve the problem. Atara ul kada min dul support rablu rashabal raw kureri tial tora Fukushima tiagit. First of all, cell release ringil Alps treated water is at the same level or lower than what cell operate tial power plant temple release tiaral mal morada. In some cases 10 times lower than what other countries like China are releasing to the water under normal nuclear treatment plant operations. And they're releasing it on their own shore. Cell reality tianga nuclear power plants that operate today. They produce a lot of energy, and it's clean energy that doesn't consume carbon. In fact, Shabala has 40 of them will shut down. Really, you can do it safely. Scientifically, it's proven and loader. Please, if I'm turn on a power plant, you would do more to save the planet than us other belal. Try struggle with solar. Example. Ablura Shabala with those 40 power plants produces 160 gigawatts of power. 160 gigawatts are 160,000 megawatts. Kita ospea 10. Mungkin ada ospea de Israel di 10. En mal llegar impact versus el trial al produce 160 rel al malaring ra coal. I see. I'll switch. So we need to encourage each other as nations and try to find solutions. El moral, el help para planet, the help for a climate change. So I was at Abu Dhabi January 23, and there was Sustainability Week. And, surprisingly, oil. They're building nuclear power plants. One nuclear power plant that produces 1,000 megawatts. We'll never do them in Palau. They're feasible. They can do them. And it's clean, and it's so I'll encourage a solution has to come from everybody. Yes, we can increase solar. Hopefully the storage will improve, and then those costs will come down and make it more viable. But we should also look at hydrogen. Took our proposal when we were in Japan this last week for wind. Of course, windmill sel belang team itu tayo tergid mendigal sal effective. Tok ngarigal wala dimeter bisa kora dirigal windmill dingo ko da tela a shaping maybe more adaptable why gid team itu tayo tergid. So we've got to continue to look at other options. Tara plol malgoria kasi sera lorura temporary bridge mnari 108 el blocks ngara bertakar say el 75,000 abandela imorin ngara bertak. Asa de mo mga kaya dile a turbine el gira a current tani sel ras malgarigara will adiden uxel generator power, but we have to continue to look at all options. Tara solution, and of course el domesenia OTEC ablura shabala na motoka team servelal mora ablura shabala msu bersel technology OTEC, but it's still small scale. It doesn't reach the scale of كده مصادرة 1 megawatt 2 megawatt ندير البول سيل cover the whole energy needs كده. I think we continue to look at all options. Energy transition هذا Palau's problem. It's everybody's problem. We gotta look for solutions together.
Presidente, sulang follow up Presidente. Ako rin sa tiyan.
Hearing على أسماء الأسكرة كيلب مبساطني.
Tiagi talaga. So, kami po tayo nationally determined contribution ito po tiyal. So, sir kurang sir ka wal tiyal solar IPP ang. Wala ka po daw realize sa savings sir. Sir kurang sa kausel. Siyang, am I correct? Sir kurang sa ka
Well, let's be clear on the savings. Ali tiyadi makes up only 20% of the producing energy at all time. Which is 100%. So sel مصادرة 14 cents السل أرال سل دنجي هذا يصير 28 cents and ديهم realize sell savings because it's only 20% of what's being produced. But we also have another problem. Sell 14 cents and أريجل دنجي ال produce تيال power plant تيجا pay, and we still have to pay for them. I think sell rough estimate it's about 20, it's a little bit over 20 cents. If I'm not mistaken, 21 cents or 22 cents. Sell effective cost ng get waste. So 22 cents, 28 cents. And you won't see that much of an impact. And you were never going to see it before. Before 20 cents, and it was even higher than that. Let's say on NG's system, it would have been higher than 20 plus 20 more. Maybe the average would be 30 some cents now. Important I think PWA, ministry, PUC, let's make sure whatever we do, they'll end up costing the consumers more. If anything, less, maybe not as much less as we want, but at least it's less. Saya get el goal again. Oh, yeah. Ministerio.
Yes, it's the hearing I went to yesterday was a investigative hearing, not just a regular hearing. As required under the subpoena, I was served by the Senate staff a few weeks earlier. I did attend with Director Well yesterday, accompanied by the Assistant Attorney Generals that were assigned to work with us. We did make a statement and we did provide information to the Senate. Of course, we value the Senate and respect their authority when it comes to their subpoena power and requiring evidence production to whatever investigation that they're working on, and we are complying with that. So it's a lot of information that they have requested. Basically, everyone in the ministry, all our emails, all our documents are subject to submission. We are careful of what we submit. For instance, tax records are protected under a different law. We need to make sure we're not violating privacy provisions under that law. So all of the documents that we produce, emails, hard copies, even notes, strategy documents, need to go through the Attorney General's office for vetting. Make sure that we are not violating any confidentiality provisions, any executive privilege provisions of our laws, as well as Open Government Act. So we are complying. It's going to be a lengthy process, and we continue to commit to working with the Senate on this investigation.
Dice de hoy se umbrelo se minister maradala de cada Marta the follow process. In fact, illegal ministry at 1,000 pages of documents.
Over 1,000.
Yeah, over 1,000. Man, the rotational process. We want to make sure it's done properly. And give the magaloro logi atib lomul ma klaumra. And so hopefully we'll get through this together. But
It's working.
Ang minister to be okay or say blockchain-based savings bank. Kami nung tulora maungil makatipid was in why blockchain-based savings.
Regarding the savings bond, that is a demonstration system that we are going to put forward. The particular company that is a Japanese company that has support from the Japanese government to assist us, so it's grant-based support, has a lot of experience in blockchain technology and also fintech. So this particular company is doing business with other Asian countries, providing, for instance, central bank currency, CBDCs. So they're a very knowledgeable company. They have established operations and established business and products that they've been providing. So this one is one that we've identified with the help of the Japanese government to provide the demonstration project for this. Now, of course, we can do things paper-based. It doesn't have to be technology-based, but we feel like the appropriate technology would be something that we're already working on based on blockchain technology. Everybody, especially at this table, has a cell phone, so you should be able to have a wallet on your phone. So a wallet for retail savings bonds that's able to access your bank accounts, able to transmit payments and receive payments from other people or stores or vendors or government. This is I think, the most affordable technology that we can access. Other technology from other countries requires additional laws and other follow other rules that are imposed by the traditional financial sector market. And it's very difficult to have those types of operations in a small market like Palau. So we are looking at piloting this and seeing whether or not this is safe and effective in what we're trying to do. And then if not, we are also looking at other options for supporting these initiatives.
Di follow up lang yung minister. So understanding nga setial savings fund, retail savings fund program, ako ang proposal siya ba lo start wal introduce raw das se makararanga other bela wal se ba do the los person do the raise a capital for other improvement. Ma-question nga ka material blockchain my understanding is the technology that may be used to operate this. Adi kani kawa say cheng tel process ang require enabling legislation or require la almo momot mo karingi al ubeng hindi tadi nga pilot process mo tertokora retail savings fund al ubeng already nga klisi ela ministry sa implementing.
We believe, and based on our council's advice, that we do want to put forward some regulations, but we do currently have the authority to issue bonds. We do want to look at the best way to issue bonds. So we're looking at being able to provide, sales, retail sales through other entities like the commercial banks or other institutions like the National Development Bank. Again, we are following the Japanese model. We feel that it's most appropriate to the situation we are in now, and they're willing to help us follow that model. The impetus for this is, we in our banking system, they are holding a lot of our deposits, and those deposits are not being reinvested into our market, funding housing, funding business development. This is a way for us to capture some of that and provide people with an investment opportunity. The interest rates that commercial banks are offering are not that favorable. You might as well just spend the cash. So this is also a motivation of what we're trying to do.
غمرنا لاسن مالون الجرا اللي كذا هيقال لا أم قتال مدين إذا يقدر تاوت. For example, كذا غير لا الواسع بولس إلى NDB accept deposits, but all this time it has never been implemented. غير لا الواسع said the issue bonds, but we haven't done anything about it. So one of the things though Marania say it's been a problem. تدخل بس problem لاني رانغرامو ليغلا يلو دودا مير بلا لودودير other بلا غدول تبدر يكرل بلا دغدولا بال developer تيال بالوات تيا تيال اللي other شابلا other شابلا مرور تيال practice رانغرامو مرور لايد savings bonds تيم موضوع دي كيرا بلوري سيموليتر سيلا بلوري من غدوس بير تيال بس التكنولوجي a blockchain it's just another way of using the internet is what we understand. The other one software. Blockchain is just software. Silda say blockchain, Bitcoin. No, it's just a platform to be able to service customers. Basically, computers and our phones and to reach customers, so you can reach as many customers as possible and to provide that opportunity. Muruli mo ba tertiro omar trage o meso seguida bandra man and hopefully ara mo ashabala sing te tririm available at post office omra bandra tira when it's available online anybody can do it. That's the ultimate goal.
Blockchain is proven technology.
Yeah, and it's safe.
Sir President, gusto nga mo Director Augusto. Agora, chega Mr. Augusto, yes, public bus transportation. Look mo briefing it update ng minister mo daily o sisiwa schedule ni raw na mo daily na maktua demand ni kan para miskit sige information.
Mang malungit tawe media team. That public transportation at yang sira last month yakim le starter sen mite operation. Met yang amral omsubring yaki ngara phase 1 ertel part yaki del omsubul volunteer expert rashabal. Magidila mite operation lome cycle demand ra vasta bral sil tablo or your Michael services are atrab look motamorger. maul musil momes mul mura ngari nga hospital di mesto hospital mura west ma super center like kita ikil ni dimandar adrabulu ay Tara agi moru ringi agi amtiga agi direk kal mala survey at salaba sa direk kal kor omes ko kasi mala teira lomes agi el kupe bira basta ba demand ma el al mande agi wuk mle expand ya a route el murang mura malakal leng awan namle mokte karingi ome ersegi del ertra silvilas rangaya ura ma ablilio makina mas sketcher agel bilas rangaya mablilio el al time el adu ya trigal expert ta actually tangara pastor el angal el mra el lomes take the road dem ore musuper take the road tangaringi men sedel mom danglik mo mal mangara temel men sel meter sel bilas rablilio mangaya ura era lebora noti tri mora kwa super center mo shopping ma WCTC mo shopping Terro tagi der kan eder ngin mora mo maliwa kra icebox matrikel ko adalo yor ngara adra kabelment ma ngi de adalo yor dar segi del mawori asa beri ko malar telbas el mor segi del mora icebox ma bureau tel matala bureau of customs and border protection ay kita ay giblem ed lagi ay gem le demand ngaringin ay kita kal during a tel mite operation process nung te la mo titrikel masra egera erung para ka el guk masar telba se right mo sa amal mo de ko aseng guk wangara ngara gel guk services or ngara special those pe lo nga sa mo biot titrikel masar telbas leng tiang next year adra shaba la mo procure ay del basel el vessel basel gid el mo public transportation mo kama ma tamis ko matialam ma minister el mo tong okle designer tel basel mo ara sa tala ka mo titrikel ma am kiplo matir trigel maasa ako sa mal mering tira mas artial pas mo so Israel sila pas lang mal ngarpa tial magim no and apple no ospe agel stool melal time tamle aka shaba lo la bagel stool hindi nga gi la release gi del request ta mamal sil procure agel bestel basel me mo sa el mongario mo sa birar masal masa agi direct al plan ra el al mandak na mo dadu ursel group ra o makasang mong agi scheduler tira either ang elal week or either next week ang gira man scheduler tir magiguk mom de kasi nga ko special sila ko especially with chair makara trigal ko nga with chair makara bolonga sa matrigal ko nga ako special el assistant sa lospe ang gira maramula galba sa mosabil akamo tay traro ul other belaw un public transportation nangidil adel regardless ra most special assistant mga clients ML master tial public transportation. Masagi tayo gimong warawak masuper ng el angin din eh.
It's a daily service booster.
Daily service sa start track del Lurior Monday. Elal time hindi Tuesday Thursday. Elal weekend hindi Tuesday Thursday. Hindi Monday ang start Monday Tuesday Wednesday Thursday Friday. Ore elal weekend elal Tuesday Thursday ang blani sige del el 1 hour el kuram le lunch time ra bus driver sa tiya bus driver sa tira close pera aulong mamblo nga ni sil 1 hour mar mostrar adra government para da work kasi sa temela lansing talgi pel mining ka mamamlat yal basel mo siga kalma ra klelig aging RC mingil 1 hour mo 2 o'clock yung pero obvious magina molay agim lahara na another bus driver mamla mo tu bus driver matyal bus adi malmol madimran etira ka hotel take a break so kita pepira ora tia super tia amount the process klo super ngima ikitira ko memang sulela Ministry of Education tia in collaboration with the Ministry of Education ma chaiga sula
Ilan invite ko para mas ramante sa biyo ni dia.
Kamera.
So wala yung paman excited mo sa public transportation. 20 minutes sa Moswell, active ni rin nakari kaya active kaya kita rin details director sermol ko rin yun 845,000 845,000 multiple 1,008 up.
Ali? A question na nga kagidal sa 845,000 sing di more tirigal 2008 al or does that number include trigal 2000 mamalaring na Mandel retirees?
Decimal di more trigel malaring na Friday trigel salary tax refund sila kon bla madung amount ta di cover trigel bla the processor tire verify orchard tire se wal total payout trail Friday
Al Friday.
na mo bla processor ng treasury sula
Sa ML share ako ka Selmo Mandel wasang angat la amount tra selpot payout ring.
alak tilong nga na 900 comment nga 970,000 a little over than that total na confirm the verify the paid out
Kaya by
so kung ay siya
Retirees
tinaka
of
to ka retirees so naman ako sa taptong of course is el loral mo nga report al wasig nga no final like the first initial payout so lang.
Thank you. Minister Jenkins, I wrote an article about the public school starting, I think it was 2 editions ago. We tried to get an enrollment number, but they said with students are still registering, so probably next week. Is there a rough number of the number of student enrollment for this school year for public schools?
In Sotsuro or total?
Total.
We do not have a final figure yet. We're anticipating it to be, for the first time in 10 years, we're hopefully not going to see a drop in enrollment.
Really?
And part of that is because of our addition of kindergarten as an additional grade, and as that grade expands. So we're hopefully going to have our final reports ready. I'm meeting with the principals tomorrow, and so we'll hopefully have that ready for early next week.
Like
Yeah, sulang at ya. Plamo hour and a half. Okay. Bulol dia kalau masih press conference kita mal mangan mga tran mga tim sulang ara mal will question. This otherwise a couple more things. Go through la Red Cross amoni self offering sel beser facility tire mga congratulate tire America. And that's going to be ready for, of course, disasters. Adri kan ngari ongi trosel top do all bill help tire fix our parking lot tire singara a request. Ada siya balam help per funding mo kutere parking bolsa del better mo so isi. Diregal kada congratulate malmena sulela PNSP tigal ngalgia del 29 lang artial ngalgar Palau ngartial summer internship ako umra sa olgorig la tartire o kada mo next year ka madani okay ali ka mo apply make sure kami di diregal I met imura tara dill just there was part of that program lo ay sinang lo ase gimla blilio mal proud ase etamlahan kal maurora tax office mo elwe sulangal and that was the purpose mo titil mer internship and then find jobs for them but di mo cualquier belo edi do ay sa malimi sa to opening government takmal design ay ga di me aklamutel san lo ase there's an opening eleng to the recruitment that other apply it just keeps on going round and round. In fact employment international government has declined. That was one of the report under the economic advisory meeting that we had with the U.S. economic consultation, and it was one of the statistics that came up. So there's jobs out there. Encourage tell me there we have jobs. There's opportunities. So that higher tier. Lastly, gidam dengan saya namo July 24. October silsila tigel October sil mashor gidar al sils. So we want to wish them and congratulate them. Happy birthday. Mangari Kashmir masaw ngara Ministry of Finance nga director gidar budget. Man sulera for all those years of service that he's been there. Man sulera bring lurel. Ma Raylin tule aur ngara customs and immigration adri ngara MOF adri gal Peter Adalbay nga ambassador kita ngara blo siaban happy birthday ambassador ngara roida hopefully morning sa press conference Kaylin Saguma ngara MOE ngara curriculum and instruction adri gal Stephen Kenigin, gangara school management, dire gangara MOE. Ma dire gal Daylin Reblu, gangara public work, gangara facilities and maintenance. Dire gangara Natasha Oitrong, gangara BPS, gangara Bureau of Public Safety. Dire gal Nazaria Tuti, gangara Mafe Bureau of Fisheries. Ma Veronica Ngiramoy, kadire gangara Bureau of Agriculture. Ma dire lay rungulbay ngangara protected areas and species environment kadi nga mafero ko congratulations happy birthday adios el olmol mo makaltanga travel wa de kuman bisulang ra question al bari ata mo uktalutel mo kaso es I'll be gone mang adeka press conference but they can have one when I'm not here but mada lutel mera I think August something 9th August 15, our next press conference maybe. Or 14, I think 14. August 14. Okay? Mamay sulang.